Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched English movies, gone to English classes, even studied grammar? But when you try to speak, your mind goes blank? You forget the words. You don't know how to make the sentence. You feel stuck. Does this happen to you? Don't worry. It happens to many people. You think, I watch films. I study hard. I do everything my teacher says. Why can't I speak fluently? The answer is simple. You are missing one important thing, something most learners forget. That thing is reading. Yes, reading. I know it sounds boring. I know you think reading is too hard. But I promise, reading in English is one of the best ways to improve your language. It helps you learn new words. It helps you understand grammar. It even helps you become more confident when you speak. And the best part? You don't need to memorize anything. You don't need to write notes. You just read. Reading gives your brain English in a natural way, like a child learning their first language. Slowly, your brain understands the patterns. You see the same words many times. You see how sentences are made. You learn without thinking too much. And reading doesn't have to be boring. You can read stories, comics, short books, even fairy tales. If it's fun, you will learn more. If it's easy, you will read more. If you read more, you will speak better. So stay with me. I will tell you everything, step by step. Even if you're a beginner, you can do this. In the end, you will understand why reading is the secret to learning English. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Why reading is the key to English. Why should I read in English? My students ask. I go to English class. I do grammar exercises. I even watch English films. Isn't that enough? But I always say the same thing. If you want to learn English well, really well, you must read. Reading is not just helpful. It is the key to everything. When you read, your brain sees how English works. You see real sentences. You see real grammar. You see new words in context. That means you understand the word because of the words around it. You don't need to study a long list of vocabulary. You just read. The words come again and again, and your brain starts to remember them. Reading also helps your grammar. You don't need to think, is this present simple or past simple? Your brain sees the patterns again and again, and then one day you just know. You feel what is right, not because you studied the rule, but because you read it 100 times. Reading helps with spelling too. Think about it. When you see words often, you remember how they look. If you only hear a word, you might know the sound, but you don't know how to write it. Reading shows you the words over and over, and slowly you learn how to spell them without even trying. Many people believe that speaking is the most important skill. I understand. Speaking is exciting. It feels active. You feel like you're really using the language. But here's the truth. Before you speak well, you need to understand a lot of English. You need something called input. That means you need to hear and read a lot of English before you can speak it easily. Think about a baby. A baby listens for a long time before they say their first words. You are the same. Reading gives you more input than anything else. You can read slowly. You can go back if you don't understand. You don't need to be fast. You don't need to feel shy. The book doesn't laugh at you. The book doesn't tell you that's wrong. It just waits for you. When you read, you also start to think in English. This is important. Many learners always translate in their heads from their language to English. That takes time. That makes mistakes. But when you read often, you start to feel how English sentences work. Your brain makes faster connections. You start thinking in English, and that changes everything. I had a student named Maria. She was from Brazil. She could speak some English, but it was slow. She always stopped to think. She wanted to speak faster, so I told her, "Try reading." She said, "But I want to speak, not read." Still, she listened. She read a simple story every night before bed. After 2 months, she came to class and spoke faster, with better grammar. She didn't study any grammar. She just read. So yes, reading works. Not just for me, not just for one student. It works for everyone who tries it. If you want to improve your vocabulary, grammar, spelling, writing, and even speaking, start reading. You don't have to read a lot. Even 10 minutes a day is enough. But make it a habit. Make it part of your life. Reading is not something extra. It is not something nice to do. It is the foundation, the base of learning English. It is the first step toward thinking, writing, and speaking better English. Now you know why reading is the key. In the next chapter, I'll show you how reading works in your brain and why it helps you learn faster than you think. Chapter 2. What happens in your brain when you read? Now you know. Reading is important. But maybe you're still asking, how does reading help me learn English? What happens inside my brain when I read in English? The answer is simple and amazing. When you read, your brain is doing many things at the same time. You are looking at words. You are thinking about the meaning. You are hearing the sentence in your mind, even if you are reading silently. And slowly, your brain starts to understand how English works, all by itself. Let me explain. When you do grammar exercises, you try to remember rules. You think, this is the past tense. This is the present perfect. I need to put have before the verb. That's okay, but it's hard. You use your short-term memory, and short-term memory is not strong. You forget things quickly. But when you read a story, you see the same grammar again and again. You are not thinking about the rule. You are just enjoying the story. But your brain is noticing. It sees the same grammar many times, in many different ways. This is called natural grammar learning. You don't study it. You feel it. Your brain also starts to remember new words, not just the meaning, but also the spelling, the sound, and the way it is used. When you see a word in one sentence, your brain might not remember it. But when you see it in 10 different stories, your brain says, "Ah, I know this word now." That's called long-term memory. That is how real learning happens. Many people use flashcards. Flashcards can help, but they are not the best way to remember words. Why? Because flashcards are just one word at a time. Your brain doesn't see the word in a sentence. It doesn't feel the meaning. It's not fun. It's just work. But when you read a story, You learn words in real sentences. You learn how native speakers use them. You learn the emotion of the word. You learn the word with context. And that's how your brain remembers it. Your brain also loves patterns. That means it likes when things happen again and again. When you read stories, the grammar and words repeat. The sentences are similar. Your brain sees the same structure in many different ways. Slowly, without thinking, your brain learns the pattern. For example, let's say you read this sentence. She didn't go to the party. Maybe later you read, he didn't eat his lunch. And later again, they didn't finish the homework. Your brain starts to think, didn't, plus verb. That means something didn't happen. You didn't study it. You just read it, again and again. This is called comprehensible input. That means you read something that is easy enough to understand, but not too easy. You don't understand every word, but you understand the meaning. You don't feel stress. You don't feel tired. You enjoy it. That's the best kind of learning. When you enjoy reading and you understand the story, your brain is relaxed. And when your brain is relaxed, it learns more. That's why reading is better than tests, better than exercises, better than trying to remember a list of words. Reading is powerful. You are giving your brain thousands of examples of real English. The grammar, the words, the spelling, they all go into your brain. You don't need to remember them. Your brain remembers them for you, slowly, without pain, without pressure. This is how children learn. They hear words many times. They don't study grammar books. They don't do tests. They just listen and talk and listen and talk. You are doing the same thing, but with reading. That's why reading works. So now you know what reading does inside your brain. In the next chapter, we will talk about something very interesting. We will compare reading to traditional learning, to grammar lessons, vocabulary books, and memorizing. You will see why reading is not only easier, but also more powerful than most methods people use. Chapter 3. Reading versus traditional learning. Many students spend years learning English. They go to grammar classes. They study vocabulary lists. They do speaking drills. But still, they cannot speak fluently. Still, they make simple mistakes. Still, they feel nervous when they try to speak. Why? Because they are learning English in the traditional way, the old way. And that way is not enough. Let me tell you about my student, Ahmed. He studied English for 6 years in school. He knew grammar rules. He could do tests very well. But when he came to my class and tried to speak, he couldn't. He said things like, I go, yesterday, market. He knew it was wrong, but he didn't know why. He was frustrated. He said, why can't I speak? I know the grammar. I gave him one piece of advice. Start reading. He didn't believe me at first. I need to speak, not read, he said. But I told him, just try. Read for 15 minutes a day. Choose something easy. Don't use a dictionary. Just enjoy the story. After 1 month, his speaking got better. His grammar got better. His vocabulary got better. He didn't study grammar rules anymore. He just read, and his English improved. Why did that happen? Because reading gives you something that traditional learning cannot give, a feeling for the language. When you read, you don't think about grammar. You just see the sentences. Again and again, you feel what is right. You feel what sounds natural. Now, I want to tell you about a real study. In Fiji, a group of researchers tested 3 ways of teaching English. One group studied grammar in the traditional way. The second group read silently in class. The third group listened while the teacher read to them. Guess what happened? The 2 reading groups did much better than the grammar group. Not just in reading, but in grammar tests too. That's right. The students who didn't study grammar rules, who just read, became better at grammar than the students who studied the rules. They did the same experiment in Singapore.